Hello, hello. It is Friday evening, May the 24th, 2024. This is Meri at the Meri Atelier, and I am so happy to be with you guys tonight. It has been a crazy, busy week for me. Just ran me ragged. 3 days in a row of going, and it just really tired me out. I don't even remember last Monday and Tuesday. I think I was home on Monday. I can't remember Tuesday. Wednesday, I had a dentist appointment. Thursday, my brother had an appointment at the VA, and those are just all-day trips almost, because we have to drive. And then today was a trip to the foot doctor to get new shoes for my brother's been having some foot issues. His shoes, though, look sharp on him. So we'll see how long that lasts. Anyway, it is good to be with you guys. Hi, Joyce. It's good to see you. So I'm going to do postcards tonight. I will have a giveaway tonight, I believe. I'm going to finish up with these. I've got a good start on them. I just need to put the wings and some flowers on here and do the back. But I'm going to have a giveaway tonight of this week's postcards. And I usually do my postcard giveaway around 8:30 p.m. Let me get over here and get into my channel where I can officially welcome folks in. Here we are. We got 6 of you out there. Welcome. Hi, Melody. It's good to see you. Hello. Let me zoom in just a bit more on my phone here. I want it kind of zoomed out because when I went to the dentist, I reward myself for going to the dentist by going to the thrift store. It's one I don't get to except for a couple times a year. And then today, when we went, I asked my brother if I could stop at the Catholic thrift store, and I'll show you a few of the things that I got there. Hi, Kitty Jen. Hi, Katia. I missed tatting. I'll have to catch up the last couple of weeks. It's just been nuts here. I missed it. I was at the dentist. Oh, yeah, I've been wrestling with finding a provider. He wants the dentists don't pull teeth anymore, and my dental insurance is based out of a company over in Iowa, and I used the zip code for here, and I couldn't find any. They send you to an oral surgeon to have especially your back teeth pulled. The tooth fell out. Most of the tooth, it broke off and fell out last week, and it didn't hurt. It doesn't hurt now, but she thinks I should have, she said, you just have a root there and it needs to come out. So I kind of agree, but I've been hunting for an oral surgeon, and I think I found one, but it'll be another 100-mile trip one way. But that's all for next week. Hi, Teresa. Welcome in. It's good to see you. Let's see. Katia, Joyce, Kitty Jen, Melody, Teresa. It's good to see all of you. And there, I believe there's some up in the balcony listening in. If you're listening in, welcome. I'm going to set this aside. We're going to work on these later. I'm just going to set the whole tray aside. And I'm going to start with last month. Let's see, where am I going to set it aside? I guess right down here, because I'm going to reach for it again. When I showed you what I got from Pearl last month, well, Wendy was also in that sale. And this is from April. But Wendy, the papered rooster, she only bills twice a month. And so, let's see if I can straighten my camera out a little. This way, this way. I think it's that way. So this came last week sometime, and I haven't had a chance to open it. I like to open things online. This is from an auction from last month, though. This is last month's. So, a pair of scissors here, and I think this is sealed right here, but I'm just going to open it. I think there's a sort of an opening right here. I'm just going to cut it. And to be honest with you, I don't remember. I don't remember last Monday, let alone last month. We did have the young boy came over and mowed our lawn. And he had a birthday this week. So he did, and it's been raining here. It's supposed to rain this weekend, too. We have very wet weather. But I've been cutting my iris blooms as they fold up and under. This is a pretty envelope. Well, I don't want to show her address. I'm not sure. This is a double envelope. Is it double trouble? Looks like she's got this in 2 envelopes. So, this is a pretty envelope. I could use that for something. Wonder if I could slow stitch on that. I bet I could. Stick a needle through there. Penelope, where are you? Where did she go? Where did I put Penelope? I think she's on that tray. I might try slow stitching on this just for the fun of it. Not tonight. I'll put it over there. Take it out in the other room. Oh, but look, there's another one. Katia says, hi, Kitty Jen. Melody says, I've been watching your videos on tatting and enjoying it very much. I actually can make a ring. I think she's talking to Katia. That's good, Melody. Yeah, Katia is an excellent instructor. The last 2 weeks I've missed. She did the lock join, and I'm not sure what she did this week. Looks like I got a journal or something in a box, I guess. I think it's a journal. No, no. Oh, it's a, this is triple wrapped. It's a UPS box, just the cover, I think. This is blank. See, I can use this to put stuff in. I hate throwing these away. I'm terrible. I'll put it over there for now. So let's see what's in here. Cardboard. Washi tape. We'll come back to that. We'll come back to that. I guess I got this journal. Oh, and it's got a button on this. It's a gold. I remember buying this now. It's a journal. It's a little thank you in here. A thank you, ATC. Yeah, this is kind of cool. I liking this. It's got tags in here. They should come out after a fashion. Well, no. I think they're glued down. They're part of the cover. They're glued down. They're a part of the cover. See, this tag is glued onto this. And then there's a pocket here, a corner pocket that you can put stuff in. The tags are book tabs. That's cool. This one's got text on it. This is a pocket. I like how they use these tags as text markers. And there's some more stuff in here. We'll come back to those. So this will be a fun thing to work in. I was thinking I'd like to do, I have this book called Our Grandmothers. I was looking at it just before it came on. Where, is it over here? Yeah. I was thinking I'd like to, I obviously got this at Goodwill, it looks like. Goodwill in Nebraska. I paid $4 for the book, but it's all about grandmothers. So it'd be fun to take some of these pictures and some of the text and incorporate this book in this journal. That is a cool journal. I do like it. And there's plenty of room here for, you know, gosh, I could work some of my stitching, my doilies and hankies. And I got hankies from Pearl. I'm going to put this behind me. And the book. The book is a cool book. I think I'm not only the pictures, but I'd love to sketch some of these pictures. Look at that. That's a cool picture. Catherine Thelma Brown, 1904 to 1995. Look at that dress. That's cool. Oh, buttons. Oh, that's cool. I like, see, yeah, this is gonna, I'll get lost in that book. I better put it aside. I think I'm gonna get that package out that I folded up here, this blank one, and put stuff back in. I got some die cuts. These are Provence Stamperia, Provence die cuts special for scrapbooking. They're kind of a chipboard. I'm going to put them back in while I go through. So these all came from Wendy at the Papered Rooster, P-A-P-E-R-E-D, Rooster. Got some arrow stamps, some stencils, some small stencils. It's another one. Looks like journaling stencils here. There's a chat box and little flags and squares, arrows. Some sticker books, Carpe Diem. I think these are sticker books. I think you have to cut the stickers out. No, they're perforated. Carpe Diem mini sticker tablet. That one's Carpe Diem. This one says Bloom. These look more like chat things here. Couple sticker books to use. I use these in my scribble books. And this looks like a little mini ruler, 3-inch. I'll put that with my slow stitching. I'm always looking for something there. There's still something in here. Little. Oh, they're little coffee Post-it notes. That one's coffee and this one's today. So those kind of all go together here. I'll use these in my scribble journals. Maybe even these. And maybe even the arrows. Guess I'll have to get a little, I think I have some of those mini ink pads. So I'll make me a little in and out scribble journal thing. Here is a die cut of a bench, Spellbinders. It's a bench, a garden bench. I thought that would be fun to work with. Some more stickers, agenda. I got these mostly for my scribble journals. Now, some of the stickers have been used, but I don't mind that because I don't use them all anyway, and you get them for a good price. This is a little stamp. This will go with my garden journal. It's all plants. I've been working in that. This, I think these are just envelope things. I forget what this is. Let me open it up. I think she taped this here. I think this might be tissue paper, come to think of it. I'm going to fold that tape. Can I take the tape completely off? Whoops. Let's take that tape off. Throw that away. And then, what is it taped here too? It looks like it hangs here. Opens here. A little seal that says thank you. I know, I think these are just bags. Probably $1 for these, if I remember. Put those in that journal. I'm gonna keep this out for a transparent page. Those are gonna go with that journal. Let's put these back in here. Did I have this out? No. Oh no, those are the stickers. I just put it back in there. I'll put all this back in the bag. I'll sort it all out after the stream. Yeah, both Pearl and Wendy I enjoy buying from. But I gotta watch it. Gotta watch it. And this goes on that journal. It's got a button. I think that's going to become a grandma journal. This, I don't know what it is. Isn't that terrible when you buy stuff and you forget what it is? Scissors. Oh, charms. I bought a bunch of charms. I'll use them in my journals. Just charms of various. There's a wooden nickel. Try our delicious milk, chocolate milk. Little milk browns. Charms. There's a bee and a something in there. Looks like a garden cart. I'm not sure what that is. Have to turn it several times to figure that out. It looks like a steampunk. So, yeah. She was selling charms that night, I remember now. This will all go in a little container. This is washi tape. I can always use washi tape. Different sizes. This is gold and kind of a sepia color of little girls and big hair. These are paper clips and office related. Almost looks like it's Tim Holtz. This says Meri Messy Fun. Messy Fun. M-E-S-Y Fun. M-E-S-S-Y. It says My Best Life. Living My Best Life. This is a pink one. It has something on it. Looks like keys. No. Fortune cookies. Fortune cookies, and this says do your thing. This one says, just want to have fun. Yep, one more. Some ladies. So those will be fun to use. I think that's it from the haul. She sells more things like this, Wendy does. Pearl sells a lot of fabrics and linens and laces. Boy, I have to slap my hand on that stuff. I have to slap my hand. I have to slap my hand anyway. So I'll sort through all of that after the stream or tomorrow sometime. So, some chipboard to use. I've been playing with Grandpa's weeder. Let's welcome folks in. Hi, Beth Schuler. Welcome, welcome. Kitty Jen is here. Hi, Becky. Welcome in, Becky. How's your knee? Good to see you. Hi, Sylvia. It's good to see you. You were almost going to go through Meri. Aw, Sylvia. Happy Memorial Day weekend. Yeah, thank you. Sylvia, you're across the seas, aren't you? Are you international? I keep forgetting. Becky dropped a link to the Papered Rooster. Thank you. That's Wendy. That's who. She sells with Pearl at Pearl's Finds. I think she sells with Deb too. Deb Ham. 3 hens and a chick. They kind of trade off back and forth. Jen says, I know, Sylvia. That's why sometimes when Meri doesn't come on Sundays too, the scratches and doodle art, but we don't. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I tell you guys, it's been go, go, go all week. And there's sometimes you just have to rest. You just have to pull back and say, I can't do everything. Hi, Jersey. Laura Jersey, it's good to see you. Yeah. And Becky dropped a link to Pearl's Finds. If you get on Pearl's mailing list, she sends, if you're interested in buying, I've been buying linens and fabrics. Let me show you. This is a show and tell. Let's start with the crochet. I got this yarn yesterday, and I'm working on, I call them blocks. Becky is having another crochet along, and Becky, bless your heart, she told me the trick to, you do stacked singles? Is it stacked single crochets? Because I was having so much trouble on my edges, and this one's a perfect example. A piece of paper here. Never have a piece of paper when I want it. Hold on, let me grab a piece of white paper here. The first one here is, what did they call that, Becky? I can't remember. The almond stitch. But see, my ends are so uneven. And Becky heard me complaining, look how uneven that is. Well, the almond stitch should curve anyway, and that's nice. It was the ends. And Becky sent me a link, and look how nice and straight this is. And so this is as far as I've gotten so far. The video, though, I wish she would have given us an idea of the count. I had to figure out the count. On mine, the count is 4 plus 3. 4 stitches. Like there's 3 stitches, and the fourth one, 3, 4, 3 in here, and 1 more. So it would be 4, and then I end up with 3. But I kind of had to figure that out myself. I made one doing what she had 5 stitches out at the edge here on her tutorial, and I did 2 rows of that, and I didn't like it because it was flat on each side, and I only had 4 bobbles. But I'm really happy with how this is coming out. So, and I'm ready to I think Becky's on square 5 or 6, row 5 or 6. Becky, you can drop a link to your crochet along playlist if you want. Let's see, I've got another square here. I'm on row 3. This is what's called the spiked granny square, and because I did it in blues, but there's one, it's all double stitches with one longer, I believe, stitch in there reaching down, or you reach down and pull up. And the top up here, because these are where the spikes would go if you continued. So this was a fun one to do. My edges here aren't bad, but I'm real happy with this. And I'm going to, when I'm following along with Becky, this was 1, 2, and 3 here. I'm going to put them on book rings when I get done, and I'm just going to hang it like, and I think she said there are 21 stitches that she's going to do because she's doing a lap blanket. But I think I can get 21 squares on a book ring. So there's that. I've been having fun with that. I don't know what I did with my hook. I must have left it in the other room. Then I've been stitching. I've been keeping up with K3N. I haven't been keeping up with the log cabin, the Wonky Wednesday log cabins, because I get caught in doing the, and I don't understand. She puts up a video on Mondays, and by Monday afternoon, there's umpteen, I shouldn't say umpteen, there are several in the group pages that are done. Those ladies must have flying fingers. It takes me all week. Well, this was a busy week. That's probably what I did on Tuesday, is stitched. I think I was out on the porch. I might have done a standalone video Tuesday. I think either Monday or Tuesday, where I showed my new signatures here, my black and green. This is my page for, I'm just going to do a show and tell. This was sashiko stitching, and I did it here where my stitches are really ragged. I mean, they go every which way on here. Let me hold it up a little bit. And this was the first one I did, and I did it blue. But see how uneven my stitches are and everything? But that's okay. I was having fun doing it. But then I slowed down a bit. I'm going to take the pin off. And this one is much neater. This one's much neater. My stitches are they're going different directions, but they're purposefully going different directions, and they're much neater stitches. That's just a little. And what this is the difference between what we did here and what we did on that big book that I showed you, the big book when I first started out. If you watched my video, I have a Japanese boral. This is Japanese boral stitching, only this one's done in blues and this one's done in tans. But the thing of it is, what you do here is you stitch. You start out with 2 pieces. Forget all of this, and you stitch those 2 together. You don't have a backing. Whatever the back of your fabric is what the back of, there's no base fabric. And then you just keep adding pieces and stitch every which way. I'm really happy with how this one turned out. So I was doing stitching. That's probably what I did on Monday and Tuesday. Well, I watch your video on Monday, and then I have to sort out all the fabrics and everything. So I probably stitched on this Monday night and this one on Tuesday. But it takes me several hours to do something. My fingers don't fly as fast as theirs do. So that's just a little show and tell of where I am on my slow stitch journal. It's getting fat. It's getting fat. We are going to do postcards tonight at 8:30, in approximately a half an hour. I'm going to have a giveaway. Raul wanted a postcard, but he never sent me his address. I have your address, Mary, he says. Well, I posted my, Raul, if you're listening, I need your address. Thank you, Becky, for dropping your link. Beth says, I've been busy detaching, cleaning, destatching and clearing out your room if anybody needs anything. So Beth says that, Beth Schuler. You guys listen up. Beth has got an offer there. So now I'm just going to show you my hauls. My thrift hauls. Let's start out with this. Let me reach for it. I paid more. When I go to that Goodwill up by my dentist, it's much more expensive. This purse cost me $7.99. And I don't think I'd pay that much locally here. But I fell in love with it. I thought this will make a wonderful journal. It'll make a wonderful, because I need big fat. That has to be 5 inches. Where's my little ruler? See, this is 3. There's another 2. She's got it's in a plastic case. This has to be 5 inches here. And I've seen purses made out of, journals made out of purses. And I'd probably take the loop off here. I might take this part off here. And there's a holder there. And I'd probably put a closure in between these loops here. And see, it's got zippers. It is really a nice leather purse. And it's lined. But it's nothing I would carry at my age. It's big enough. And let me show you the inside lining here. It's really cool. Montana West. It's kind of a cowgirl bag. It's really a cool bag. But I think I'm not going to do anything with it right away. I think this will make a nice journal for 2025. Look, it's got a pocket in here. Got something in there. It says, prejudice is the child of ignorance. And this says, how about another fortune? Secondfortune.com. Lucky numbers. And it gives some lucky numbers. We'll leave that in there. Little fortune tag. But I might convert this into a journal for 2024. And let's see. I'm not sure how I would bind, but I'm not going to try to figure it out tonight. This from here over to here is upside down. From here over to here is 12 inches. So it's 12 inches high, and from, let me turn it around here, measure from here to here, because these are sides. So from this red, approximately there to there, is about 11 inches, approximately. So it's about 11 by 12, but I think it'd make a wonderful journal. I wouldn't bind it. I have learned not to bind my journals until I'm ready to bind all the pages together, because this would be very awkward to work in. And I'd have to think about what I wanted to do here, because this is much smaller. If I cut here, I'll have the curve kind of comes around there. So I'd have to think about what I want to do with the sides. But I couldn't just leave it there. It was, even for $8, I liked it enough to buy it. Now, don't put it away and forget where you put it, Mary. Then I got I got some things from the thrift store today. Let me reach over and get this box. I got a box, a nice box. I like these flip top boxes. This is a hydrangea box. And it's got a K in there. I'm going to take all of this on the lid here. I'm going to take all of that off. Looks like, well, I think with a heat gun I can heat gun it off. I don't know about the flowers. I might ruin those, but... Or I could put an O there and say, okay. But I got this to kind of keep fabric scraps. And these were a bargain. Now, I have to say, the store's kind of expensive. Let me get this off my desk, because I'm going to put, I said in one of the videos that K3N has me bundling my fabrics according to color and everything. And so I'm going to put some fabric bundles in here. Where am I going to put it? Hold on. Put it back over here where I got it. Hold on. And this was a bag of, it's called a Manager Special. And they were, I think I got 3 of these. This is one of them. And they were hanging on a rack as you come in the door. And I was looking at them, trying to find out what the price was, and it was all scribbled out. And then I looked up on top of the rack, and it said, Manager Special, $1 bag. $1? So this was entirely worth it. And I'm going to see what's in here. Even if it's something I won't use, it's still $1 for the stuff. It looks like this is batting here. I'll have to see after I get it open here. Felt. I'll use felt. I like felt, not batting. You could use felt as wadding though, batting. It's pretty easy to stitch through. So there's several sheets and colors of felt. And it looks like there's more. There's some kind of a gray, silky, looks like it's a scarf. Looks like it's a scarf, a silky cowl. It's stitched together. It looks like somebody made it. Might be the bottom of a skirt or a slip or lining on a coat or a dress or something. The silkies and polyesters are easy to stitch through, but they're kind of tricksy, as K3N would say. I think this is wool. If it's felt, I think it's wool, I believe. I don't think this is felt. It might be a wool felt. Oh, let's see what it says here. Oh, it says premium felt. It's copper. Canyon. 12 by 18. Doesn't have a price on it. So it is felt. It's premium felt, so we'll put it with the felt. Here's a... Now, I like this. This looks like a... It's not Aida. It's kind of a dish towel fabric. What you would see for used as a dish towel. But I like the little lines in there. So I'll probably use that in my stitching. I'm going to put it up with this other. The felt's going to go in a separate. And I wonder if this is all felt in here. Because there's more of it here. It looks like I got a lot of felt in this bag. But for $1, I'm always, you know, felt is nice to have. All different colors. So this was a bag of felt. Well, it's something. This looks pretty. This is a cotton. It's a tree. It looks like a panel almost. Looks like a panel of, almost looks oriental in a way. Looks like it might have been, it's seamed here. Maybe a pillowcase? Is it seamed up here? I'm not sure. It's open up here. And it's seamed down here. But I'll probably have to wash this. I have no idea where it's been or where it came from. But this I can use in my slow stitching. Oh, I see. Look, it's a cowboy or a horses through the mountains, I guess. But you know, this is almost like if you're doing a Dirty Dozen or something. You know, by the time you cut pieces out, you really don't know what they are. I mean, the horse you would know, but in slow stitching, if you cut a piece of this out, you know, you have green. No, I got it for my slow stitching. I'm becoming a fabric hoarder. I've got to quit. I cut some more today. I'm going to put that up with the cottons. These felts I'm going to put all together. I'll put those back in my stash room because I'll put that up there too. This, I don't know about. Now, this will go with this. It's another kind of a polyester. This is a thinner fabric, though. I don't know if it's, I think it's polyester. It's a sheer. And, but for $1, you can't beat this stuff for $1. Here's another sheer. This one's kind of pretty. That one's kind of variegated. Put that together. Here's another cotton. I like the cottons. I'm learning. K3N is rubbing off on me. Yeah. This will go up with my cottons. I think I'm going to throw these in the... But I throw them in the machine, though, and then I don't iron them, and so they're still wrinkly. And then there's just some white. Oh, here's some sheer again. Some white. Now, I like to... This looks like it's a child's... I'll take this apart. It's a child's blouse. White cotton blouse. Looks like it might fit on a young man. I'll wash this. This one I'll wash and rip up. It's got a button there. And I've learned when I take these apart to cut the hemlines off. Don't try to rip it off because they make wonderful ties for your fabric bundles. So this one's going to get washed. And one more in here. Well, they're all going to get washed. This is a pretty cotton, probably part of a pillowcase or something, a sheet. So that'll be nice on the slow stitch. So for $1, the felt is worth the $1. All right. Hi, Barber Chicken Pot Pie Society. Barbara says, I'd rather spend my dollars by purchasing and hoarding fabric than throwing it away at a casino. Becky said, that would make an amazing front section on a pieced apron or dress. The green piece with the horses? It would, wouldn't it? Is that what you're talking about, Becky, the green piece? Barb Fillion, hi, Barbara. She says, I was thinking a laptop bag. Barb Fillion popped in. Jersey says, let's see, did Angie, hi Angie. Did Mary go shopping? I went thrifting because I went to the dentist, Angie, and if I go to the dentist, I've got to go to the thrift store to take away the pain. And I knew we were going to have this conversation about the oral surgeon. My teeth don't hurt, but they're telling me I need to have some pulled. And the one where it's chipped off, part of my tooth in the back was just decaying, and it broke off. It didn't hurt; it just broke off. But she said there's a root left in there, and she said that root needs to come out. And I think I kind of agree, but I'm kind of discouraged because the oral surgeon that they recommended is not in the provider network of my dental insurance. And I was looking on the website for, and the last time I looked for a dentist was a couple years ago that I found the one that I'm going to now for the provider. And all I've had done is teeth cleaning. And then he won't pull tooth, he won't fill a tooth, he won't pull a tooth. He comes in and I've got kind of a jaw where when I open and close my mouth several times, it'll kind of pop. And he says, does that hurt? And I'm going, no. Open, close, open, close, open, close. And then he gets behind my back and puts his hands on my cheeks. And does that hurt? I'm going, no, it's always popped. All my life it's popped. And then he gets his little pokey tool and pokes around in my mouth and walks out and says, you need to have this tooth pulled and that tooth pulled. He says extracted. He says, when you're ready to do it, let me know. And then and then he walks away. And but the dental assistant, she's really nice. She showed me the X-rays and showed me where the root was just there. They're saying it needs to come out. But I came home and I looked for an oral surgeon in this area, and by using my zip code and 100 miles around, not a one showed up, not one oral surgeon. And I was complaining to my brother. I said, I'm not going to go clear to Des Moines, Iowa, because that's where this insurance is located, homed. I said, I'm not going to drive clear to Des Moines, Iowa to have my teeth pulled. And but I looked a little bit more with this different zip code, and I found an oral surgeon that looks pretty good to me, if I'm judging by his website and his background, in Lincoln. Well, that's 100 miles away. That's enough. And of course, they want to put you under. And I asked her, I said, do they have to put me under? Because they didn't put me under. They didn't put me under to do eye surgery. Why do they have to put me under to pull a tooth? I don't know. Maybe different nerves but I'm going to ask him. First of all, I have to call the dentist back and say the one they referred or the one they're telling me to call. I can't make an appointment, can't schedule an appointment until they send a referral. It's really. And I asked her, I said, why don't dentists pull teeth anymore? You used to go to the dentist and he'd pull your tooth if he thought it needed pulled. And she said it's all because of specialization. They specialize, and she said it's really more comfortable for the patient if, a specialist pulls your tooth rather than a dent. And I guess there's some logic to that, but in a way, I don't want to drive to Des Moines to pull a tooth. So I was looking around with using a different zip code, and I think I found one in Lincoln. So, am I crooked? Is my camera crooked? They knock you right out for the surgery. You had one put me under to pull a tooth, and then another one didn't. Well, I'm going to ask if it comes to that. That's kind of a long way off yet. My brother and I were talking about it. Now, he's had, in his mouth, he's had a tooth break off, and he said it broke off 7 years ago, and nothing ever really happened with it. He said, but she says if you don't take care of that, it can get infected, and you can, it can have it can travel all through your body and all of that. She said, and I understood what she was saying. She said, we're not trying to scare you. We're telling you this. She said, partly because we have to. It's our responsibility, but, and I understand all that. But I know what will happen. I'll go there, and they won't stop at 2 teeth. They'll want us to pull 10, and I'm not ready to have 10 teeth pulled. Barbara says, whatever happened to the old... That's what my brother says, Barbara. Whatever happened to the old tie a string onto the tooth and the other end onto the door handle, and you just slam the door closed. Only my brother said the dentist would get out an old pair of greasy pliers. Yeah, well, I guess, I don't run the world. So let's see. I got some more fabric here. Let's go through that. I'm going to put these felt pieces in this box that, well, I might have more, but I guess I can stack it in there. Because I'll sort it all out. The other pieces, the cotton pieces, I'm going to throw in the machine. Let's see. Oh, I got a couple of goodies here, but let's go. Yeah, I think there's some more felt. These were all miniature bags. These were ties. I got this. I paid $7 or $8. Well, maybe $4 for the silk ties. That was a manager special. And I'll show you these. These probably cost me more than what I should have paid for them. I had to dig for them. I paid $2 a piece. I bought 3 of them. Probably more than what I mean, you pay $3.98 at Walmart, but they were the color I wanted. They're a little bit lighter than what I'm using now, but I'll use the whites, and it's kind of a cream white. It's not creamy cream, but, and then I got a couple more things, but let's open these. Let's open this one because I think there's more felt. I think that's why they were manager specials. I think this is all, well, maybe not. We'll see what's in here. I guess I'll just, they sealed it, it looks like. It's been sealed. I'm going to cut it. Well, it's really been sealed. It's been sealed way down here. This is at that same thrift store where I bought that big roll of rotten tape. They won't open it for you, so you can't see what you're getting. But for a manager special, this is good for $1. I'm going to throw these away. So this is another piece of felt, gray felt. But you know, we use felt a lot in stitching. This looks like, well, let's go through these. These are, now, is this felt too? Yeah, I think these are felt pieces. I know this is felt. These are all felt. So I've got a lot of felt. I don't know what if I would have picked them up if I were knowing they were all felt, but I can use them. I can use, Becky says, get out a piece of felt, Mary. And I'll have it. This looks like it's part of a curtain. This looks like something Pearl would sell. But look at the autumn colors. This looks like it was a curtain or a tablecloth, maybe. It's big. I think it's a tablecloth. It's huge. It's pretty. But look, couldn't you see journal pages? 6x6 journal pages in here. Put felt in between them. So this was worth $1. It's huge. It has to be maybe a yard wide, a yard by, and yeah, here, let's see what it says. Mainstays. I think that's a Walmart brand, Mainstay. 52 by 70, made in China. So it looks, it's made to look like linen, but it's probably a polyester blend. But it's pretty. It'd make a nice 6x6 journal page. So I'll probably be cutting this up. I'm going to wash it too, I think. Was there washing instructions on there? Was there washing instructions? Polyester, 100% polyester, matching wash code on gentle. I always wash my things in cold water now. I very seldom use hot water. I might use warm water. The hot water, when I use hot water, it's always for bath towels and dish towels and stuff like that, where you want to get them really clean. That's where I use the hot water, but for my stuff, I don't use hot water. All right, so this is felt. This is polyester. That'll go in the box. Put it behind me. And these are ties. These are men's ties. Now, I think this was probably a bargain. They're probably not silk ties. I doubt very highly. I'm going to take these and throw that away. That's a pretty one, though. That's a cool one. Let's see what it says. Usually tells you someplace in here. Van Heusen. That's a well-known name. I don't see. Usually they have a tag here. Here it is. Made in China. It says it's 100% silk. Made in China. So that's a nice one. I'm happy with that. Was well worth $1 right there. This is one of those clip-on ones that I don't like these things. I don't know if you could use the clip, you know, take the fabric out and use, they I think they would be very uncomfortable. See, it's got kind of a pokey thing there. I don't know how men put up with that. There's this one that way too. And these surely are polyester. I don't see a tag on it. It's a nice symbol. They hide their tags sometimes. I find them when I'm pulling it apart. I'm not gonna hunt. I'm just gonna say it's polyester. This one's silk though. And here's another. That's probably why they were a manager special, but I like the fabrics. Now I almost bought a bag of ties today, but they wanted $7.50, and I got these all for $1. All of them for $1. The men's shop, J.C. Penney. You know that's polyester. It's got a neckband on it. This one feels like it might be silk, but you get fooled. You get fooled. It's a thin. It doesn't have a tag that I see. Looks like it's got a zipper. Is that a zipper? Huh. It feels like it's a zipper. Whatever it is, it's... Huh. But I'll be cutting these apart. Now here's a nice one. There are all these... Well, that's got a clip on a... This one's a nice one. This one might be silk. Another Van Heusen. They tell you this is silk. So I got 2 silk ones. They're certainly worth $1. 2 silk ties usually. At the thrift store where I go, like where I went today, that Catholic thrift store, they bag up their ties, but the ones that they have hanging on the rack are $2 a piece. So if I bought these 2 at the thrift store, I would be paying $4, and I bought all of these for $1. I don't see the tags in here though on these though. They're here somewhere. I'm gonna put those in the box too. I'll be tearing those apart. So that goes behind me. Here's my bargain. Now I paid, I'll say up front, I paid $7.99, but you don't usually find a big bottle of buttons. You'd pay like $18, $19, $20 for this at an antique store. And I thought this was a bargain. It's not quite full. I don't know if they dumped some out or if they just didn't fill it all. This is a poster board, so I'm going to empty some of these out. We'll see what I got here. Little bag of buttons, small buttons, little button pieces off of, you know, when you buy a shirt or a blouse. And they're all plastic. I doubt that there's any. This one's kind of cool. The heart button. Let's see what this is. Oh, you know what those are. On the girdles or the silk stocking things or the suspenders. Yeah, I got extra button packets. Little ring. So these will come in handy. Little. I'm not going to empty the whole thing out. I'm just going to kind of explore here. But this was well worth $7, $8. I think this one was probably a deal. Because I'm always looking for buttons. I'm going to take it out of the jar. And I've got a big box over there, a tin, a big tin. And I'll dump them all in the tin. This one's kind of cool. It's plastic, but it's kind of got a a vine around there. Guess it goes like that. It's kind of cool. There's two of them. I like those. So I was happy with this purchase. And I was happy with the manager specials, even if it's mostly felt. Still, for $1. For $1, I think we had a, didn't we have a felt where we sewed pieces? I think I have a bird that I was sewing on. I still haven't finished. I think Becky had a swap. I know we had the gingerbread house swap, but this I think was like Christmas ornaments or something. I can't remember. See if I can do this without spilling. Oh, it's 8:28. I'm going to go ahead and have a giveaway. I'll tell you what I'm going to do for my postcards tonight. Raul was on here a couple weeks ago when I was working on my fairy postcards, and he wanted one. And I'd already had the giveaway, and I told him I would do one, and we decided on the Tree of Life. I'm going to do the, here's my crochet hook. Let me put this with the, that's an H crochet hook that I'm using. It's a fairly large one. But anyway, we decided on the goat off of the Tree of Life. So I'm going to do one for him, and I think I'm going to do 4 all the same. And I'll finish up my fairies. But I am not done showing you this. This was kind of a bargain too. I wanted a basket. This is the basket I got. And it's lined. And I had it in my shopping cart. It's big. It's a huge one. And it's lined in there, and there's a place for drawstring there. And one of the clerks walked by, and she noticed that I had it in my cart, and she said she traveled to Germany. And she said, you see these type of bags over in Germany all the time. She says, they're just all over the place. She said, they're lined, and then they have drawstrings, liners there. And we were looking at it and going, I bet you could put a drawstring in here. It feels like there's one in there. It just have to reach for it. It feels like there's something in here. So I paid $9 for this. Probably more than, $5 would have been a fair price. $9 is a little excessive, but, well, actually it was $10, $9.99. But I wanted a nice basket. I looked at several of them, and I decided on this one. I'm going to put fabric in it. Fabric stuff. And speaking of fabric, I'll show you what I got today. Let me put these yarns back in there. And I begged my brother to go to the thrift store today. I got this. It's $1.50. I'm going to hang it on my bookcase behind me. And I imagine it's to hang scarves and jewelry and necklaces. It's got these little hooks. It's called a hook and hang. But, you put scarves or whatever through jewelry, or it's got these little side things here. But I'm going to put it on the edge of my bookcase, hopefully, and probably hang stuff through there, maybe tags or whatnot. I have to get the tape off. I'm not going to fool with that. And I got this box of stationery for my scribble journals. I think it's a pretty lavender color. There's a lot of it in there. And it's a pretty lavender. The light shows it here being grayish color. But it's a pretty, you get it out in the daylight. It's a pretty lavender color. I got it I like this stuff for my scribble journals. And then I got a book, Humans. And I thought, well, that's interesting. It was only $1.50. And I thought, and there's a lot of good sketches in here. A lot of good pictures. A lot of interesting, look at her. I'd love to do a picture of her. Um, she initially said no when I asked for a photo. But another old woman walked by and began speaking passionately in Ukrainian. Apparently convinced by the words of the passerby, the woman shrugged and posed for the picture. So I think there are a lot of good sketching opportunities in here. I want to get sketching again. It's called Humans. Interesting book. You can't do this here. All right, we'll close it up. So another book that I enjoyed, and let's see what I have here. Hold on. Those weren't fabrics. This was the non-fabric bag. Like I don't have enough. I was telling my brother, I said, you know, I haven't gone to a garage sale all year yet. He says, good. You got enough. I do have enough. I have enough. Let me get this stuff that I got from Wendy off of my. I'm going to do postcards in a minute here. Let's stop and do the giveaway because it's 8:30 here, and then I'll finish my thrift haul. I want to get this. So I'm going to have a giveaway, and you'll get the postcard when I get them done. I hope I had such a crazy busy week. But these should not take me too long to do. I need to finish up the fairies. I got 2 weeks worth of fairies to do. We're working on it. So these are going to be Tree of Life. Tree of Life. If you're out in the balcony, up in the balcony, or if you're just listening in, you're welcome to come in and play. Tree of Life, and it's going to be the goat, and it's going to be the goat on all of them. I'm going to make a pattern and then put it on all of them. The range will be, there are 23 of you in here, so you got a good chance of winning. I'm going to do 4, 1 for me and 1 for Raul. So I'll be giving away 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the range will be 1 to 100. So if you're in here and want to play, you have a good chance of winning a goat postcard. And I'm going to date this 5/24. 5/24? Yeah, 24. You like watching me sketch, Jersey? Aw. Jen says, I'll remind you about the sketching stuff, Meri. Okay, Jen. I like to, this year, what I've been trying to do when I stream on, now forget this past week, because I tell you, this whole week I've just blown it as far as live streaming. But what I like to do on Tuesdays, because K3N puts up her video on Monday, I like to slow stitch on Tuesday morning, my Tuesday morning. And then on Thursdays, I like to do just art stuff, whatever projects I happen to be working on. Miscellaneous Thursday. Friday, I like to do postcards, and Sunday, I like to do the doodle deck. Thank you, Angie. So let me put in a start here. The range is between 1 and 100. You're welcome to change your number if you're not happy with it, because we've only got, well, there's 25 of you in here now. I put start, so that's what I'm going to send. So you put in a number between 1 and 100. Check for duplicates. Warn each other if there are duplicates. Change your number even if it's not a duplicate, and if you're not happy with it, if you think you have a better number in mind, you're welcome to do that, because... Oh, she has goats? Your mother has goats? Becky. Yeah. Barbara says 36 for Snaggly, which is Angie. But I don't think Angie gives out her address, Barbara. You'll have to check with Angie on that. Angie won one the last time, and she gifted it to Beth Schuler. So, Beth, you have another postcard coming. Yeah, I like when you got, guys, and even if, I like when you put in different numbers for people. Put in a number for yourself, though, too. Give yourself a chance to win. There's nothing wrong with playing for yourself unless you don't want a goat. You get my goat. Oh, okay, Barbara, that works. So if Snaggly is Angie, if she wins, she can share it with whoever she wants. That's an excellent idea, Barbara. Angie says, no, I don't give it out. But thank you, Barbara. Well, Angie, pick somebody you want it to go to if you win. If the number that Barbara put in, Angie, for you, 36, if you win something, you can pick who you want it to go to. All right, while you guys are doing that, you guys got a good chance to win because there's not a whole lot of people in here tonight. But there's only two. I'm only giving away two because I sent one to myself and Raul wanted one. So let me go out here to random org. Storms are likely tomorrow night, it says on the weather report here. New tab and random.org sequence generator. And I do from 1 to 100, and then I pick the first 4 numbers. Well, actually, it'll be the first 2 numbers. Angie says, not that I don't love you all and the work that you do. That's okay, Angie. That's perfectly okay. If you win, though, Angie, if Barbara wins for you, you can pick who you want it to go. Don't forget, we've got Arlene and Rhonda who mod. And I think Melody's here tonight. Kimberly, she's good at modding in the morning. She always dropping in links. So, and you can put in more than one number if you're choosing for people. You know, you want to choose for different people. So you want to send one to Sally Joe, one to Judy H. I'm just making up names. You know, you can send out 2 because you're not getting them for yourself. You're giving other people the chance to win something. I think Beth Schuler, was it Beth Schuler that won for Janet Nash one time? And Janet got her postcard. She sent me a thank you. It was when I did those kids, those black and white photos of kids. Becky said, we are expecting some rough weather here tonight with winds possibly up to 60 miles an hour. Oh, Becky. Yeah, we've been having storms. We've been having thunderstorms. Here, we've been very fortunate, very blessed in that the tornadoes have skirted our town. They've gone east and north of us, south and north. Becky said they're expecting bad weather tonight too and tomorrow. So yeah, if you look at Ryan Hall, y'all, there's he's got a big old portion. And I think we're just on the very edge of, when I was looking at the map that Ryan had on his thumbnail, we're on the very edge of Nebraska. And we're on the edge of it. But we'll probably get rain. And it'll probably rain all weekend. The morning glories are growing like crazy out there. Jen said it's been hot where she is. Oh, bye, Barbara. Thanks for popping in and saying hello. All right, let me put in the stop. I'll count down. 10. If you don't have a number in, put in one for yourself. If you want it. You may not want my goat. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stop. Laura says, time for me to go. We're mowing the lawn of the church early before the heat hits. Bye, Laura. Thanks for popping in. It's good to see you. If you win, I'll let you know. Did you put a number in? Did Laura put in a number? Yes, she did. Oh, she put in a number for Mina. Okay. That's okay. All right, let's pick a number. We got 2 winners. Let me turn down the lights. And let me stand up here. Oh. So, that's my notifications. Here we are between 1 and 100. The person that's closest without going over to the first 2 numbers will win. So get sequence. 73 and 15. 73 and 15. Who's closest to 73 without going over? And 15. So let's pop up. I see a 63 for Brenda. 25, 41, 15, 54, 72 for Katia. I think that's the closest. Katia, it's been a winning. So it's Katia. I have her address. Katia, you're going to get my goat. Katia is busy getting ready for, I think she's calling it a festival. I'm not sure what all she's doing, but she has to prepare for it. So she's taking a break from teaching, which is fine because I need to get caught up. I got behind on lesson 6, so I'm 2 weeks behind, I think. It's been a crazy week, Katia. Who's closest to 15? Who's closest to 15? 25, 63, 50. Oh, 15 for Mina. 15. Laura won it for Mina. Laura for Mina on the nose. And that's the first one, so if there's anything else, I think that it's Laura won it for Mina. So Mina will, Katia and Mina will get my goats, and Raul. We're going to do one for Raul because I told him I would. But he's got to send me his address. And I think I have Mina's address, and I know I have Katia's. Am I spelling your name right, Katia? Yeah. I think she doesn't pronounce it Katia. I pronounce it Katia, but I think she pronounces Katia? Katia? Am I pronouncing that correctly? I like the sound of Katia. You're getting ready for a fair. I have a show and tell and some small classes to do. Well, you'll do excellent. You will do excellent. Well, I'm going to show you the rest of the fabric I got, and then we're going to draw the goats, and I'm going to, what I like to do is a pattern. I don't know if I have my, I don't have my fairy pattern out here, but I like to do a pattern, and then I just transfer onto the others. And the goats will be pretty easy. I think they'll go up pretty fast. And then if I have time, I'm going to work on the fairies. And Jen, if you're listening, I am planning on doing the doodle deck on Sunday night. I'm going to try to get back into consistent streaming. I'm chuckling because lately nothing's been consistent in my life. But I have no reason to complain. I have no reason to complain. I want to show you the fabric I got it at the, well, I got a package of denim, and I'm not going to open it up because it's just all, you guys know what denim looks like. I paid $3.50 for it, which I think was a good price. I grabbed it. I bought one of these the last time I was there. I probably bypassed this one. And then I bought some, guess what? Felt squares. I paid $1. I paid 50 cents for these. They're red, black, white, but that's before I opened the others. So I'll put these with the other felts. And I got this little, this is blue, kind of like little stars, diagonals with the stars in there. I thought this would be fun for slow stitching. You could follow your needle along the lines there, and of course it's taped. We should need to educate these people on taping fabrics. And they'll say, well, what am I supposed to do? Yeah. I don't mind it on cotton so much as I do on the silky polyesters and the silky stuff. It takes the sheen off of the cottons. You can, and that's not too sticky, probably dollar store tape. And then I bag them. You could bag them like they did here. Some little cotton pieces. I'm not going to take them out of the bag. They're just like little cotton. These are good for slow stitching. I looked for the cottons. K3N has me. Here's one, a bag of for $1. Cottons. These are pinks. They did do them by color. These are pinks. These are kind of, well, these are a mix. So, and this is a, I want to say it's an even weave, but it's an even weave, but it's not a needlework fabric. It's something you buy at the store, but it's, I want to say it's a linen, but when I say it's an even weave, I mean I can see the weave. You guys probably can't. Boy, it's a nice piece, though. It's a nice piece. You could do needlework on here and do some pretty even sashiko stitching on this. So this is a nice piece. And I bought all these little pieces. Here's some greens. Paid $2.50 for this packet. I'm not going to take them out. They're just greens. Cottons. Here's some more reds. $2.50 again for the bag. You probably pay more than that at the store. And here's some blues and blacks, some darker colors. I think these tend to be more of a dark blue, and these are blacks. So those I got at the thrift store today. These will all go for slow stitch. And I'm not going to take them out of the bag. I'm going to either put them in that basket or the box. I'm not sure which yet. So that's kind of my fabric haul. And then these I'm going to throw in the machine. I dropped something. Let me reach down. What did I drop? Oh, that's just the pink white little sponge thing. This is going to get washed. I don't know if I'm going to wash this piece. I'll probably just use it like that. It's a cotton. I'm going to put it with my cottons. Some of these need to be washed, though. I'm going to wash that. That's like a dish towel fabric. And let's see what else I got here. These I've had. This is from Pearl. I was cutting flowers, I think, out of this. No, these are too small. These are Pearl's fabrics. Sheets. And this I've had the last thrifting. These are not today's. I'm going to put them in this bag. So I'm going to wash these. I did not buy any clothes today. No, I like to buy tops, but I didn't see anything that appealed to me. I want to play with maybe even this cotton after I wash it, because it's a thin enough. I want to play with the iris blooms and see if I can make some iris bloom dye. I don't know what I'm doing on that, but all right, let me. And if you need to go, I completely understand. It's Friday night. I know you guys will probably have a crazy busy week like I did. I got all those silk ties behind me here, felt pieces and that curtain or tablecloth. Maybe I'll wash the tablecloth in cold water. I'm going to put the felts in that box until I can get them in this, and back in the stash room. I'll put them with my felts. All right. So let's cut for postcards. Let me come out and look at chat. Let me refresh my chat. Oh. Oh. I always hit the clip. Cancel it. Do you want to discard it? Yes. Chat button. Chat filter. All messages. Becky says, tip, tip, tip. Meri, when you wash the fabric, don't use fabric softener. It inhibits the dyeing. Oh, really? Now, I don't use a liquid fabric softener. I use, does that also apply to the sheets, the fabric sheets? I don't use liquid fabric softener in my washing, but when I dry, I throw in a couple of I buy the Arm & Hammer. Oh, yes. Don't do that either? Okay. I think your oh, yes means also don't use the dryer sheets. Jen says, I heard you, Meri. I was telling Jen we're going to do the doodles on 79. The fabric sheets actually leave a flammable material on the fabric? Really? I didn't know that. Oh, that's interesting. I use that for when I wash my leggings and my tops and stuff that I wear around the house. I always throw in a couple fabric sheets with the dryer sheets. The dryer sheets. They go in the dryer, not the washer. Why, oh why? I'm only going to pull one sheet out because we're just going to do 4. And we're going to cut them. Let me put that over there. I was real happy with my basket that I got and the purse, that red purse. I think I'm going to try to use that for a journal for 2025. And the yarns were a little expensive, but that jar of buttons I think was well worth it. And even though it had a lot of felts in it for $1 a bag for those manager specials, I'm not unhappy with the manager specials or even the ties. All right, let's get this one off and let's cut four postcards out of here. And I think I can do the goats up pretty fast. I hope to get them done tonight. I always say that though. I'm reaching for my trimmer. Oh, that's the bag of denims. I didn't open those fabrics that I got today. Well, Becky, she serges. You serge before you wash, I think, right? Becky, I have a serger, but it's up in Wisconsin. A lot of good that does you, Meri. Becky serges, I could zigzag it, I guess, but I just use mine for slow stitching anyway, and so I do a lot of ripping and tearing because that's what Catherine does. For the slow stitching, I don't make clothes, although I might try to make some, not knit, but some pants to wear around the house here. All right, 4 by 6 are the postcards that I make. 4 by 6. And that's done. And let me grab a piece of paper, and the phone has the goat. The Tree of Life was a tapestry that was done over, I think I'm just going to grab it out of my printer. Tapestry that was done over in England, UK. And I have sharpened pencils, but you know what? I took them out in the other room. Well, this one's not too bad. That one's okay. And I'm just going to draw a goat and cut him out. I could almost trace him off of the goat that I have. But we'll draw him. You get my goat. I'm not going to put that on the postcard. I think I'll just say, I'll reference the Tree of Life, I think. And I might draw it in pencil and come back and do it in ink until I figure out what I want to do here. I might have to zoom in. Let me zoom in so you guys can see better. How is that? Is that too much? Go out a little. Oh, man, I'm going to have to turn that fan on me. I tell my brother I have a fan. I have to have air blowing on me. I think I honestly had hot flashes today. Can you have hot flashes in your 70s? I was complaining about how hot I was. And I said, I need to get a new fan out there where I sit in the recliner. I have to have air blowing on me. But he hasn't turned off the furnace yet. Mary, Angie says, you have me hooked on the Dollar Tree double-sided tape. I think, man, I'll tell you, I'm so disappointed that I can't get that retail. But I have enough. Laura sent me, what, she sent me double-sided, 2 or 3 times she sent me packages of double-sided tape. So I've got plenty. And then when I went to Easter, we went out to eat, and they took us to a Dollar Tree just to fill in time, my nephew and his wife, and we just kind of bopped in. We were waiting for my grandniece's friend to show up, and so we went over to Dollar Tree, and I found Dollar Tree tape, and I think I bought either 5 or 6 packages of it. I can't remember. I grabbed as much as I could. Okay, I want to go to my gallery, and here's the Tree of Life right here, and we're going to go to the goat, which is right here, and I'm going to try to swipe that if I can. I think I got him, and we're going to edit and bring him, enlarge him. Hold on, I gotta. Yeah. And I think I'm gonna rotate him. Oh, I think I have to save him. Increase resolution. And for purposes of drawing, I might lighten it a little or even make it in black and white. Let me get out of this and go to my screen prints. All screenshots. There he is. Now let's see if I can rotate him. Sometimes I have trouble rotating after I do this. See, he's not rotating. Maybe if I just rotate my... There we go. And double click. Woo! No, we don't want... Oh, I'm editing. Hold on. Let me get out of the edit. Revert. revert. Cancel. Let me just get out of this. I'm in my edit. Come on, Meri. Discard. There we go. Whoops. Now I'm in my... Hold on. I had several things open here. Do I have anything else open? No. Okay. I want to go to screen prints. Screen prints. Screenshots. Goat. Now just turn it this way. And there we go. See, he's off of the Tree of Life tapestry. And he's a very stylized goat. There. So I'm going to make him the size of the... I'm going to make him fit on here. So he should be pretty easy to do. His horns, let's see, let's start with his neck up in here. Maybe his ear. His ear here. His head. His horn, I think I'm going to do it in pen so you guys can see better. Because it's just the pattern. This is kind of his ear. It might need to be smaller. And then his horn, if you look at his horn here, it kind of goes right into his forehead there. Both of them do. Kind of a part of his head. Becky, if you're listening, I think I'll do a 5th postcard here. I've got an extra blank. I'll do one for your mother since she has goats. Because I can do that, hopefully. Because I'm doing a pattern. And because she has goats. She'll probably say, that's a goat. That doesn't look like my goats. Alright. And then there's another ear over here. So it kind of goes off this way. Now, I might have to make this smaller. Yes, you can. Okay. All right. Hi, Allie K. Welcome in. You missed the drawing, Allie. Let's see. His ear is not that pointy. It doesn't have a pointy ear here. It might look pointy on here, but I don't think those goats are that. And then he's got an eye in here. Now I have to be careful. I might have to make his head smaller here. I have to be careful that I can get him fit him on the page. And let's see, the goat's kind of, I'm enlarging them, so see how he has this kind of a interesting mouth area there, cheekbone mouth, kind of like this. Sort of like that. And then he's got his goatee. Goatee there? Is that what it's called? No. Is that what it's called? The beard coming down? Is that a goatee? Or am I all wrong? And he doesn't have eyeballs or anything because this is a tapestry piece. I might put in a little shading in there. And it's outlined in black. And you see, this is white with tan colors. And I'm going to use my paint pens, but I have a difficult time getting tan, so I might use some acrylic for that. Now, I think his eye is a little rounder, and this kind of comes down. And let's see, he's got a neck here. No, I'm hoping that I don't have him too large for the page. His neck kind of meets his ear here, so it kind of meets in there. Right at the, let me go get the link. Let's see, I think I have it in my notes here. In my doodle deck on, I think it's week 4 or week 6. Let's see, doodles. and week 8, week 6, week 4. And I got all this stuff. Tree of Life. I'm going to put a link to the Tree of Life here if you guys want to look at it. Copy. Let me come out to YouTube, to my channel, my live stream. I put Meri is alive. And yeah. And let's go to all messages. All messages. And put in the link. Paste. And the goat is kind of pretty close to, well, I'll show you here. Let me put in a space here. I have to put a space in here. Space. Send. Becky says, I'm going to have to say goodnight, dear friends. Good night, Becky. Thanks for popping in. Here's the link to the Tree of Life. And if you look at it, it's a tapestry. Wait, oh, you know what? I'm still on my, because I took this with me today. I'm not on my Wi-Fi on this. I'm on my Verizon. So that's kind of, I'm going to have to sign off and sign back in on my Wi-Fi. The goat is located right underneath the peacock. He's kind of at the base of the tree there. If you go to that link and you want to see what I'm drawing here. I might have his head a little large on here. I might have to start over and make it smaller, because I don't think I'll get all of his body on. But it's good practice. So let me close all and go to my settings here and go to my connections, and my Wi-Fi's on, but also I've got my data usage on here. Oh, did I turn it off? Mobile data. No, it's on. Let me turn this off. Did I get it off? Turn off. Okay, it's off. Now, just let me come back out to YouTube. Take a breath, Meri. See, I have 999 plus videos to watch. There we are. We got an ad. There we are. Allie K says, the last 2 weeks have been busy for me. First week, packing up my room so that my mom could repaint it. Yay, Allie, that's cool. The second week, mom's vacation, helping her with the room redoing and doing other fun activities. Well, that's good to stay busy. I've got this goat head too big. So Becky had to leave. Laura had to leave. Who else? Somebody else. Hi, Alexandro. Alexandro M. We're all doing fine. Let's see, Barb is here. Let's see, somebody else left. Here, I don't know who it was. I said goodnight. Oh, Laura, Jersey. All right, so let me go back to the Tree of Life, the goat I was sketching. He is in my gallery, in my screenshots here. Now, come on, screenshots. And I'm going to get rid of this. I can see you guys over here on my tablet. Chat filter. Let me refresh my chat over here. All messages. You've been having fun, Allie says. I've been having fun pushing myself as well out of my usual routine. Well, that's good. You had to sleep in another room while my bedroom was being painted. Well, you're getting a remodel at your house, Sally. Busy is fun, but with my chronic fatigue, I've had some rough nights. Boy, I understand, Allie. But I'm managing. I will enjoy getting back into my... No, I know. I understand perfectly. I'm going to redraw this because I think I got the goat too large already, and I don't want to finish him off and have him not what I want. Now, if I would have done it in pencil, I could have erased it. All right, we're going to make this goat head smaller. Let's turn it this way and tap on it and expand it a little. All right, we're going to make the goat head smaller. And kind of, I'll have to, it kind of comes down like that. Is that, yeah, that's smaller. And then the second one, whoops, must be something under there. The other postcard caught my pencil. See, once I get a good feel for this, I'll redo it in ink. And he kind of comes down that way. His ear comes out over here. And another ear over here. His eye is in here. And then his head. He's got that nose, the goat nose. Maybe not quite as bumpy there. And maybe a little thinner in there. And then he's got his goatee. Is that what they call the beard, the goatee? Hope I'm right. All right, then he starts his neck. Kind of coming down long. And I might put something, butterfly or something else in here. We'll see. His neck and his back. Maybe like that. And then his hair is very stylized on here. Very stylized goat hair. And I'm just going to kind of just do what they did. Because I just want to get a pattern to cut, and then I'll transfer it onto the others. So if this isn't, I might put something here and not leave that because it's not in the center, but I kind of like it not in the center. All right, he's got a tail coming out, a little goat tail coming out over here. That'll be fun to cut out. And then Allie says she went to Joann's today and bought herself 2 new crochet hooks. I noticed that Walmart had the Pioneer Woman crochet hooks on sale. I got the all steel, the case of all steel ones, which is, they're all steel. They're not, then they had another case that had the pretty crochet hook, you know, the Pioneer Woman decoration on it. They only had 6 of those. I got the all steel ones, the Pioneer Woman ones, because I wanted the smaller ones too, because I used the crochet hooks in my tatting. But I still think I'm going to buy a crochet hook from Handy Hands because they're pretty tiny, and when you do tatting you need, yeah. So I'm just going to kind of put some goat hair down here. And then he's got his legs coming in. His back leg comes here and down. And then he's got kind of a hoof, a two-toed feet there. Kind of. And I'm just kind of just sketching it in. I'm not trying to be perfect about it. Kind of like that. I'm kind of liking him. I think he's a little bit chubbier here, though. I think I need to add some weight on this guy somehow. Maybe up in here, too. On his neck area. Well, let's do the feet. He's got another foot coming down this way. About on the same level. And kind of comes, the hair kind of comes down there though. Let's see how I'm doing that. Not sure I'm happy with this. I'll probably fiddle around with it. Now I think his head is a little small, but it's easier to make it bigger than, maybe extend those horns a little wider, a little taller. And he's got a foot coming out here. Let's finish his feet, Meri. He's got a foot coming down. They're all about on the same line here. And it comes down like so. And he's got hoofs, two-toed hoofs there. Like that, and another one in here. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4. So, 1, 2. They're just about the same. 3, about the same size in here. 4. And then this foot, kind of like so. Yeah. I think his head is too small now. So let's make his head a little bigger. It's good to do it in pencil because then you can erase. I had it too big and now I have it too small. I usually don't do goats. Let's erase this mess in here. And he's got kind of 2 right in there and a piece there, and then this kind of curves down like that, and another one like that. Yeah. I'll do him in ink once I get him settled here. Yeah. And then his goatee comes down. Well, that actually comes out a little more. And then the goatee comes down this way. Something like that. Comes in. All right. His eye is up in here. He's got an ear coming here. And this is actually part of the horn. And I think his horn could have been a little bit longer, maybe. Yeah. And it widens out here. And it's not quite as fat. Yeah, it's not at the right angle. Oops. Comes down a little bit more, like this. Yeah. And then the other one kind of comes like, meets it right in there. And comes up. All right. And then his back, and he got an ear. Well, his back actually meets his ear. Meet right in there. So do the ear here, and the back kind of there. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with them. Let's do them in ink. Let's do them with the Tombow marker here. Because I'm going to cut him out. And we're going to transfer him onto those postcards. And then this one kind of comes down, and I'm not going to make it too pointy on the horns because I don't think that it'll be, well, we'll just, and then see his head comes that way, and this horn actually comes down like that. His eye is a little bit rounder than I have it. There, his nose looks like a goat's nose. He's got kind of a smile. He's got a cute smile. And he's got a little ear over here. I like him. Yeah, we drew him for the doodle deck, didn't we, Jen? You have it in your doodle deck drawings. Anya says, I've made 2 deer cards for Father's Day and a friendship card today. You didn't have a nap today, Angie? Uh-oh. My brother had a appointment to get his shoes at the... He's been having trouble with his feet hurting him. He's got pretty high arches. And he went to the VA. They entered him into a foot clinic. He's gonna go to a foot clinic every 6 months, I think it is. And let's see, let's put his goatee in here. But we had to be there at 11:30. So by the time we get up there, it's about a half an hour drive. All right. And so these are just going to kind of be stylized. And I'm just going to kind of... And then, after that, my brother... I wanted to go to this. We had an Orscheln. I don't know if you guys are familiar with them, but they sold out to Baumgars or something. And I didn't see any of their sale plants. I wanted to see if I could get some of their sale plants, but you know, you have to kind of get there when the getting's good. I wasn't too impressed, but then, like I said, they've been pretty well picked over by now. But I wanted to see what it was, so we spent about a half an hour going there. And then my brother I wanted to go to the little quilt store. I wanted to see, I guess I already had the summer issue of the Piecework magazine. I buy my Piecework magazine at the quilt store. And I didn't buy it again because I looked at it and said, well, I have that magazine. I didn't tell my brother. But he was good. And then I went to the thrift store. And we had to go to Walmart. And he likes Amigos, Mexican Amigos. I'm not so crazy about it, but he doesn't go by himself to it. And I said, I don't like it. I don't really care for Amigos, but I knew he would enjoy it. So I said, let's go to Amigos. So we went out and ate. And so we kind of, by the time we got home, by the time we got all of our running, we had to go to get groceries. By the time we got all of our running around done, got home, it was probably about 3 o'clock, 3:30, something like that. And I was tired, and I sat down and worked on my crocheting. I think I'm happy with the goat. His back could be a little bit more straight, I think. No, I think I'm going to leave it. I think he's good. Now, what I'm going to do is cut him out. I'm going to turn off my phone for now. I'll come back to that if I need to look at it. I'm going to cut him out, and we're going to transfer him to the postcards. And I just trace the border around, and then I fill in. And we'll probably put some Tree of Life stuff around him. We'll see. My main thing is to get him. I think I will send. No, I think maybe I'll put a Tree of Life, a leaf and a butterfly or something. I should put him over here then. And so I'll just do a fussy cut here. But my brother was really good about carting me. I was going to go by myself today, but then they called and said his shoes are in. He got inserts. He got inserts for his shoes, but the problem was, by the time, he's got pretty high arches. And by the time they put those inserts in his regular shoes, they were too tight on him. So they recommended that he gotta get a half size larger shoe. And so he ordered them. And we had to go pick them up today. And that's what we did. They looked good on him. But he won't wear them around the house. He'll just wear them when he goes shopping and that. But he just wears his old shoes around the house. Dee Dee has me hooked on Kate Curry books. I don't know who she is, Angie, but if Dee Dee's got you hooked on her, it must be pretty good. Is that a novel or an art book, Kate Curry? Is that a novel book? Sounds like it might be a novel. Allie K said, I had the most yummiest panini. Mozzarella, prosciutto, I can't pronounce that word. Basil, tomato on grilled focaccia bread. Focaccia bread. I know what that is, but I can't pronounce all those Italian words. They serve it with a side of watermelon. Ooh, that sounds good. Oh, they're sticker books, Angie? Allie K said, I had the leftovers for lunch tomorrow. That does sound like a good sandwich. Yeah, we ate out at Amigos he carted me all around town. So I said, let's go. He likes amigos. I don't care for it so much. But he carted me all around town today. So I said, let's go to Amigos. And so when we go out like that, we don't eat supper because we're full. I had a cheese enchilada, but I'm not crazy about them there. I like enchiladas, but I don't know, I'm not crazy about theirs. Angie, you like Mexican a lot, don't you? Aren't you always talking about the Mexican restaurant? I've been to some good Mexican restaurants, but I'm not. There's a nice one that just opened there, but he doesn't like it. He didn't like his burrito. He said it needed to be beef, not hamburger. Or maybe it was beef and not hamburger. I can't remember why he didn't like his burrito. But I thought their Mexican was a lot better than Amigos, but I wasn't going to argue with him. He carted me all around town today, so I just thought, well, let's let him enjoy his amigo. And he did. He's a pretty good brother. He's a little, he's a little bossy at times. Sometimes he likes to supervise me, and you know, I've been on my own so much, I don't really care to be supervised by the big brother. But usually what he says makes sense, but sometimes I just don't like to be told. I'm just stubborn that way. And sometimes my way is better anyway. What was it today? I can't remember what it was. I was right in the end. Can't remember what we were discussing, in quotes. I think it was the flowers. I was telling him that I want to transplant those row of daffodils. What happened was when they put in the sewer line, I thought he planted them down there. Here's a tree, here's the flower pot, the where we had our daffodils usually. The sewer line goes through this way. Well, they dug that all up when they put in the new sewer line, and somehow as a part of refilling after they were all done, they refilled it with dirt. Well, those daffodils go right down the yard that way. This is the street here. And we still have the plot over here we replanted in here. And they came out really nice. But there's this one row of daffodils going down this way. And he said, you can just mow them over. And I said, well, I don't want to mow them over. I want to wait till they dry up. You don't want to mow your daffodils down until the leaves all dry up and everything, because they won't bloom next year if you cut them down right away. And he said, just mow them down. I said, no, I want to transplant them. And he had it in his head that I was going to mow them down. And I kept yelling at him. I said, you're not listening to me. I want to transplant them. So we get into that type of, sometimes he just gets in his head what he thinks I say, and no matter how many times I say it to him, he hears what he wants to hear. I had to yell at him. But I said I wanted to transplant him. Now you could use a tracing pencil and transfer this way, but I'm just going to trace around the outside and then draw in the and paint them. Paint it. It shouldn't take me too long to paint this. Let's see, I've got this, and then he's got a kind of a little goat hair coming down here. If I can get it trimmed out in there. When you get to these delicate parts, it always helps to use the tip of your scissors. Rather than in here, you use the tip of your scissors to cut the delicate parts out. All right, now I think I need to come in here. And then I go at this different ways, like rather than try to cut around there, I'll cut this little piece out. And then I'll cut around this way. Fussy cut. Fussy cut. Doesn't have to be perfect. And then in here. Did Paint Girly come in? Hi, Lori. You're glad I'm alive. I'll tell you, it's been a crazy week here. Crazy week. All right. Let's get rid of all the scrappies. Running around. I'm glad next week I'm just glad to stay home. I'll probably have to, we didn't go to the bank today. I'll have to go to the bank next week. All right, so I'm just going to take this pencil, and I think I'm going to put him over here. I think I'll put him right on, and then I'll draw something in there. And I'm just going to kind of just trace around on each one of these. And I just kind of know where I'm going, sort of. Now the Tree of Life, if you look at that, did I put the link in for the Tree of Life? I think I did. I know I did. If you look at it, the tapestry itself is green. All right, I need to put the goatee in here. And I think I got his chin. I'm just kind of sketching him out here. And I think I'll just outline him in black like what I did on here after I get the pencil on there. And you'll probably see, I'm not going to worry about erasing pencil marks and all of that. So you'll see pencil and pen marks on here too. And I'd like to go urban sketching yet this summer. I'd love to sketch some of the courthouses, the county courthouses around here before they get all torn down. They're not tearing, well, they tore down. I sketched, when I first came back to Nebraska in 2016, I sketched some buildings just on a main street in our little county seat. And those buildings are no more. They tore them down. Well, I think they were getting, did I do the tail in here? I think I started it and I didn't. All right, did I do the horns? I don't think I did. I did the ear, I think. Let me, no, I didn't do the ear. I did the forehead. So I got this part to do. And the horns. Don't move! He says I'm a goat. That's what I do, is move. I jump around and I'll butt you with my head if you aren't nice to me. So I'd like to go and sketch some of the older courthouse buildings around in Nebraska before, in a couple years, who knows, tear them all down, put in modern buildings. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that. So I'm going to take my Tombow marker here and my goat. I'm going to draw him in here. Angie says, Allie, I have a knot come up like that on my left hand last year. Allie, what? Lori, they are sending me to a surgeon for my right hand, Angie says. Thank you, Allie K, for putting in that link again, the Tree of Life. I appreciate that. Hi, Darla. Welcome in, Darla. Yeah, keep Angie in your hearts and prayers for her surgery on her hand. And also keep Cheryl Johnson in your hearts and prayers. Renee Suzanne, I don't know how Renee is doing. I haven't heard from her. I heard from Cheryl earlier today. She goes in for her second round of chemo. I think she said the second week of June. And she was telling me it was heartbreaking. I wish I lived closer to her. She was telling me that she got into the cab and she took a taxi to the doctor. And I'm sitting there going, oh, you had to take a taxi? But she did. She took a taxi to the doctor. And the cab driver was scamming her. He had the meter already set at $7 more. And she noticed it. And she told him she was going to report him. And he said he didn't care. I don't know if she paid him that much or not. But she didn't. I don't remember her saying. But he was scamming her. And I was saying, man, if I lived closer, I'd just take you for free. And I think she lives close to her daughter now, but her daughter probably works, and if she had a daytime appointment, her daughter probably was not available to take her. And so she took a taxi. And the taxi cab driver scammed her. What kind of a deal is that? And of course, the goat side, this is all a little bit darker. It'll be painty in here. And actually, there's two lines here. There's a lighter line in here, like that on the photo. And then there's the tail. And I don't know if I got his tush in there. Let me kind of put that mark in there so I know where I'm going. And it kind of comes out in a now. These are all the bottom goat hairs coming down this way. There's the leg in here. Kind of come up this way. Yeah, Katia's getting ready for the fair. She said she's presenting a couple of classes, and she's got some displays. But I'm kind of ready for a break because I'm behind, 2 weeks behind in the tatting class. And I think she was going to talk about the journal. I got to get in there and listen. I haven't had time to watch the last 2 videos. And I'm missing my tatting. But this will give me a chance to get caught up. I don't want to go anyplace next week. I know I have to go to the bank. All right, now there's some, let me get out the phone again. And where is he? Is it this one? Yeah. So I want to return it. Come on. What'd you do? Turn it this way and there. So I'm ready to put in these. I've got the bottom ones in, but I have to put in the top ones in here. And I'm just putting in goat hair. I'm just putting in little lines to represent them. They get smaller up in here, I think. A little smaller in there. Sort of. Something like that. And then the coloring is a light tan, almost striped, white in there, white here, and then a tan underneath. Now this is all done in canvas work, silk on canvas. I believe it's a tapestry. And then his horns are white with little, I don't want to delete anything. His horns are white, and then it's got the little tan marks there. So let's go. Let's go look at the Tree of Life itself and see what I'm going to put. Well, that was cool, Meri. Let's see. Let's go back one. And go back one. All albums. Favorites, I think. So around him, he's right there. There's a dog. I won't get that in, but maybe, well, I'd like to put, see, there's a little rabbit in there too. Maybe a flower like this right in here. I guess I could put the tree there. Let's draw it in pencil. I'm going to swipe this. Swipe. Thank you. Whoops, you went away. Go back. Go back. Screenshot. Here. So I can expand it. So I can put the tree. Put the tree in. I think I'll have the flower kind of come on the tree. Let's do the flower because it's space in here. I don't have to put the tree in there. We'll put the flower in here. It's got a blue center. And it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 petals. 1. And they're not sharp. They're kind of round petals. 2. 3, 4, 5, and it's got a blue, something blue in there. I'm not going to put that in. 6. And then this is blue. And then it has a vine. I'm going to make my vine come around this way. Like this. And maybe come around like that. Come down like that, and make the, kind of doing it on the other side. Come down like that. And let's make this kind of go up this way. And then, what else is there here? Whoops, that's the screenshot. Let's go back. Go back. Oh. See, he's kind of floating. He's not really, he's just a goat on the tapestry there. You make him think he's on the ground. That tree could go in here. Like this. Come down this way, come down this way, and kind of branch out that way to make it feel more like it's a grounded. Like that. And we can just put some grass, like they have grass kind of in here. I could put some, just make some grassy leaves in here. I think that's what I did on my doodle deck. And just put some grass. And over in here, I think I'll put a leaf. Some sort of a leaf. I like that one, but I like this one too. Oh, what one do I want? This one's more curvy. That one's more pointy. This one's pretty. Let's just do this one. Well, I need it to curve. Like so. Erase this. Now let's see if I can find one that maybe over on this side kind of curves down. I'm going to put it like this. And like that. And it has some lines in it. And we'll let this curve around like so. And we'll put another leaf. Like that. And we'll let this kind of go up and around like that. That's good enough. I'll draw this out so you can see it. And I'm going to do the same thing on 4 of these. And once I get this going, hopefully it won't take as long once I get it figured out here. And then I'm just going to let the tree come down this way. And we'll let this one come down like that. And then we got this flower in here. And then it comes down more like so. the vine, and then the tree branch comes the trunk. And we'll just let it go up that way, and I'll put a grass in there. The grass kind of is the reverse of his hair. What time is it? Oh, it's 10 o'clock already? Oh, dear me. Well, I really wanted to leave at 10. I only got one drawing on there. I'll get them done eventually. I've got to quit having giveaways until I get my... I wanted to work on my fairies tonight. I don't have a good sense of how long it's going to take me to do these things. I get myself into trouble every time. But we'll get these done. I'm liking it. I'm liking it. Let's go ahead and do some more here. See if I can't hurry along a little bit more here. Now that I know what I want to do. If you guys need to leave, I completely understand. Because it's getting late and some of you have big weekends and stormy weather, and just take care of yourself this weekend. Stay out of the tornadoes. Take care of your family. Have a good weekend. Am I getting him? Don't want to get him off of the... That's good enough. Scoot him down just a little, Mary. Get him placed. Now I could do one and send copies, but I don't like doing that. Even though they're going to be very similar, each one is its own piece of art. I don't know. I'd rather send you art than... And I had to laugh at Becky. She put some of my art that I'd sent over the years up. She put up the scissors piece, and I did a picture of... Tried to do Hallie, her cat, Howie. And I had to laugh because I told her, I said, I finally have a gallery showing. I'm finally up in a gallery wall. Let's see, I'm going to keep this one here and use that as a model. And we're just going to, I'm going to put him in again here. And this is his ear. And see that goat forehead, the horns come down onto his forehead almost. Comes down and forms his little goat face there. let's see, I have his goatee in here. And his neck. And he starts having goat hair in here. He's got a rounder eye than what I have. And then he's got the other ear over here. And then I start with the feet. In here. I think I need another goat hair there. And there's 4. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. And we'll put that other one in there. And then his back leg here. I didn't get that one in, but it kind of comes like so. Down. Kind of like that. 1, 2, I'll put a, and then he's got his other leg coming like so, kind of down into the hoof area there, and up. I think he's cute. Get his tail in there. There we go. His ear kind of comes around like that. And then he's got the other layer of goat hair. And I'm just going to kind of sketch it in. It's kind of stylized on the tapestry here. Yeah. He's kind of stylized. You can't see him too well because I'm in the large one, but it's not a realistic goat. It's a needlework goat. And let's see, I think it gets smaller in here. These get a little smaller there. And then I went off on my own and drew them. Let's see if I can't just freehand these in. Come up this way. I need to put a line that way. And I want to do one in here. And then it goes up, kind of curves. And I've got one kind of coming like so. And then I got the grass. Now the tree, I think I'll put the flower in here with my pencil so I get a good sense of what I'm doing. And then I have a vine coming this way, and I have it coming down like so, going up. go this way. And then the tree won't be exactly the same. Now that tree branch in there. All right. I'd like to get them drawn tonight. I might have to paint them Sunday night. I don't know if I'll have time to work on them tomorrow or not. I'd like to do some other stuff Sunday night. I always think I can do them faster than I can. You think I'd learn my lesson? All right, let's put some grass in here. Put some grass over here. I think he's going to be cute, though. If I do them in pencil, and then I could take my eraser and erase some of these lines, but I don't know. I'm going to paint. I'm going to use those markers. I'll probably put green in there and a darker green, maybe a lighter green in there and a darker green in the foreground. A tree. We don't have brown, though, for the tree. That kind of bothers me. There's no green, no brown on those paint markers. There's purple. And they put purple paint marker instead of brown in those Sharpie sets. They should have put a brown or a sepia in there. I told them. They didn't hear me. They weren't listening. They didn't ask me. Somebody said, let's do purple. You need purple. They did do a black and white, though. That's a good thing. And you can kind of get a brown. It's kind of hard to do color mixing with those markers because the paint dries pretty fast, but if you do a green and a red, or a red and a black, you can get sort of a brown either way. But the red, the other problem I have with those markers is the red is not a true red. It should be a more of a true red. But other than that, I really like the and the cap. I have a complaint about the cap. Needs to have more of the color of the marker on it, but I do like the flow of the markers. I like the markers themselves. I wish I had more colors, but they'd probably be more expensive. If you had twice the amount of colors, they'd probably be a $40 or $50 set, and they were probably trying to achieve a certain price point so that people would invest in them. I'm talking about those new Sharpie paint markers. That's what I'm going to use on here, I think. But I might mix the tan. Oops. No, I don't want to move anything to trash. Now, did I get him all? Got most of him there. Let's start with his ear. Do his back here. And his tail. And his legs. You know, and this isn't, I'm not trying to do these true to life. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. That helps me figure out his tummy area there. I'm just getting kind of an inspired version of him. And he's not the same on every piece. All right, let's do this horn up in here. And then it comes down on his forehead. And let's go to this other one. I think he's got more of an angular face over here. And he's got his other ear out over this way. Yeah, his eye is in here. He's got a bigger eye here. Oh well. Puts his goat hair on him. And the second layer. See, they're all different. Because I'm not trying to do a tracing of him. They're all kind of have their own personality. All right, I do like to draw in the flower though. 1, 2. I guess I could make it a little larger. 4, 5, 6. And then it comes down. Let's see, this one curves around. And this one curves down. Like that. And I'm going to bring it like this. And I'll bring this one up this way. And then the tree, I'm going to make that go out a little bit more. The tree is going to be here. And come down like that. And come out this way, do a leaf. And put another one in here. If I get them drawn tonight, I'll be happy. I always want to say it won't take long to paint them, and then it takes longer than what I think it does. But I'm thinking about putting in just a blue sky. He'll be white, and I think I'm going to mix some acrylic for the tan tones in there, because these are acrylic markers. And then I'll have the sky probably will end someplace in here. I'm not going to draw a line. I'm not going to draw a horizon line, but there'll be either a light or a dark green, and then the grass will either be dark green here and light green in there, or it'll be light green here and dark green there. Blue flower and a brown tree. I'm going to mix my browns. I like how the grass kind of reverses the goat hair here. We'll get them done. And I wanted to work on my fairies tonight too, but I didn't get to it. Had all that thrift haul stuff to show you. Yeah, I get carried away. I came on at 6 and it's already after 10. About almost 20 after. I want to draw these. I want to get them drawn, so I'll be that far ahead. And then this one just kind of comes down and wraps around. That's a tree trunk, and I'm going to put a little blade of grass in there. All right, one more. One more. It takes me about, what, 20 minutes to do the one? Have you guys been timing me? By the time I get them all inked in and everything. I mean, there are probably easier ways to do this, but this seems to work for me. It's making a pattern. And just kind of, I get an idea of where the horns go and the heads go, rather than try to draw each one separately, because I would constantly be erasing and reshaping and, you know. See, I don't think I did his head here. So what is your next week looking like? It's Memorial Day weekend next week. We've got, after Memorial Day, we've got the furnace man coming, or I call him the furnace man. It's really checking our air conditioner. We have it, I think it's a couple years old now, our central air, but we buy the service contract, and every year they come out and make sure everything's got new filter. I don't know about the air conditioner, how they service that, but when they service the furnace, they make sure that it's got clean filters, and they vacuum out stuff, and they service the furnace in the fall and the air conditioner in the spring. So we got that coming next week, and we'll be taking flowers down. We like to put, well, our peonies are blooming, and we like to take peonies down and put them on Mom and Dad's grave. My brother enjoys doing that too. And he's kind of hoping that his son, my nephew, mentioned taking him fishing this weekend, but he's not sure what the plans are. I don't think my nephew knows himself. And But they went fishing last weekend, but he said he mentioned maybe going down to Kansas fishing this weekend. And I thought, on Memorial Day weekend, are you nuts? Stay off the roads. But he would go because he doesn't get to go much. Like he'd like to go more, and I offered to go with him, but it's not the same with his sister going as, you know, it's just not the same for him. He doesn't enjoy it as much when I go with him, because I don't fish, you know. He likes to have somebody fish with him, and this goat's got a grin. He's got kind of a fat cheek, too. Let's give him an eye. Now I might send this one to myself. He's not really looking good here. I don't like the shape of his head. Put his ear in there. I'll send this one to myself. He's not bad. He's not as shapy as, he's got a fatter head. I could paint that out too. I might redo that. I'll send this one to me. It's getting late. I want to get them done. His head's too fat. I'll probably paint his... I could use that white marker, and let me show you that. I'll do that right now. Let me get them out. My markers, where are they at? Because I've done this before. I'll take this white marker. I'm going to take the fat one. And I think this is the bullet. The fat ones are the bullets. And the skinny ones are, see, it's wider. Allie knows. But you can just take and paint it out. I'm going to paint out his whole head here. Actually, I'm getting black on it. I need a paper. Wow, it's really... I painted the other ones out and didn't smear my black. Oh, this is a Tombow marker. I'll bet I painted it out on the... We'll let that dry and I'll give it another coat. Yep, this one is the one I'll send to me. Let's let that dry. Because I've made him gray. I've aged him. But I'll let that dry and then I'll go over it with white again. I'll send this one to me. I'm getting very tired here. It's time for me to start thinking about calling it a day. Let's see, let's... Yeah, put the... He's going to be white anyway. I'll put white over that. Alright, I'll skip. He's got two. Wait, I got to put in his back legs here. I might have to get out a different white. Let's see if I can't. Yeah. white it out. That's all I'm doing. He's going to be white anyway, but this one will come to me. Now we'll let that dry. And let's go do this. I think I'm just going to draw it by hand again. Draw in the leaf, the branch. Bring it up this way. And they're all kind of different. You can tell I'm getting tired. All right. Let's see if I can't do a better job on this. Comes down. He has a goat nose there. Got a silly grin. And a little better. Put his eye in here. And then his little goatee in there. That's a little better. This one I'll send to myself. This comes down a little bit more. Put in the rest of his hair in here. And his eye is more round. I tend to make the eyes oval. I got a nice round eye on that one. Guess that goes to my Tombow marker. Is that my Tombow? Yeah. Let me put this out of my way. Out of my way! There we go. Yeah, let's see, let's get the grass in there. By the time you get everything on there, he starts looking like a goat. Let's see, I gotta put the flower and the tree in there. I'm going to bring it around like so. And then we're going to put the tree. I'm going to mix my own browns. The tree there. Tree there. Some grass in there. Yeah, we'll leave it just like that. I've got kind of fat legs in here. I can make them skinnier when I paint them. So I think I'm very happy with them in the long run. I think this is probably the better one. They're all the same shape and size. I think I did better on the head here. That head's not bad. I might, when I paint it, shape it just a little bit more. Shape it in there. And this one really isn't that bad either. I painted it out and reshaped it. I think he's got a little bit of a fat face there, but that's okay. So, I'm going to use, which one did I say? I think this is the better one, I think. Is that the one? Yeah. Or is it this one? Both of these. I think it's this one. I think this is probably the better one. Here, I'm going to use it my thumbnail. So, I'll see if I can't get these painted over the weekend. I don't know. I need to work on the fairies. Let's see what's going on in chat. Darla's had to say goodnight. I'm sorry, you guys, that I wasn't chatting with you because I wanted to get them drawn at least. Let me do the all filters here, the all messages on the chat filter. Because I think you'll have to mix your own brown, Meri. Yeah, that's what I was saying. They put purple in there in that package instead of brown. They should have put a brown in that packet. They put purple in there. Odd. Oh, thank you, Jen. You're sweet. Fat ones are bullet. Skinny ones are brush. Thank you, Allie. Allie K says, next week will be a real chill. I have virtual therapy appointment on Wednesday and church on Thursday night, but that's it. Oh, you're going to relax next. I'm going to try to relax next week, too. We have to go down to, we don't have to, but we usually, and it's a good, probably a good, maybe, 30 or 40 miles down to where my parents are buried. I'm thinking. Maybe not 40. It's maybe about 35 miles down there. It's a nice little drive. Of course, for you folks that live in the larger cities, it's 20 miles across town for you guys. So, but out in the country, it seems like, and especially way out in the boondocks, you could go 20 miles and feel like you've driven 100. Darla says it's 11:20 where she is, and she can't keep her eyes open. Good night, everybody. Good night, Darla. She's went to bed. Let's see. Allie K says, I was inspired by Aunt Beck. She has a wall in her craft room. She's just repainted the wall. She's going to make one that you've been gathering fib art, Friends in the Box art. I still haven't decided how I'm going to hang the art, frames, corkboard, or tape to wall. You'll have to let us know how that turns out, Ellie. Jen says, that's cool. You could have a wall of art. Beth, if you're still here, Jen says, I'll draw you a goat, too, to go as an extra with the swap. Ali says, my address should be in Beth's Facebook group. Sounds like Jen and Allie K are working something out there. Darla, Angie went to bed. Darla, I hardly talked to you tonight. Sylvia's here. She says, Miss Meri, dear Miss Meri, please know that anything you offer us is well worth the wait. You guys are just so kind to me. That includes your teachings, your shares, your information, and all your wisdom. Well, my tidbit of wisdom. I don't have much wisdom. Most of my wisdom is gained from my mistakes. Most of my wisdom comes from making mistakes, and you guys say, Meri, you should have done it this way. I'm really bad with math when I'm doing it online. I'm not so bad if I'm sitting by myself and, can figure things out. But
Just ask Aunt Beck on my math. She's always correct. What did I say the other time? It wasn't too long ago. Oh, 52 divided by in half. I forget what I said it was, and and Aunt Beck corrected me. I think it's 26, isn't it? Half of 52 is 26. And I forget what I said it was, but it was wrong. So I don't have much wisdom. Any wisdom I have is I make a mistake first. Well, have a great Memorial Day weekend. Please stay safe if you're out driving. Be careful. You know, don't drink and drive. I don't think any of you guys drink, but you might. I don't know. But watch out for the other driver because, like I tell my brother, watch out for the other driver because he's not watching out for you. My brother gets so tired of me hearing me say that, but it's true. You know, but my brother's a pretty courteous driver. You know, somebody cuts in front of him, he lets them go. All right, I'm going to go ahead and sign off because it's getting on to 11 o'clock here. It's 20 to 11 here. So good night, everybody. Have a great weekend. I will try to be back on Sunday night. I'll let you know if I don't make it, but I'm planning on being on here on Sunday night to do the doodle decks. Good night. Oh, I was going to do one of these for, I'm going to do one more. Not tonight, but I'm going to do one for Becky's mother. All right, good night.